we're going to make sure we know which checkmate pattern is the best. So that way, when you're playing chess and you have the options available to you, you'll know it's like, well, I could checkmate with the corridor mate, but you know, the diagonal corridor mate may actually be better. It might be a higher tier checkmate, right? Stalemate is the best mate. Anastasias is the first checkmate pattern we're gonna go to. Notice we have the knight here in the corner. Rook to h3 is gonna be the checkmate here. The knight is perfectly positioned to cover any escape squares, resulting in a checkmate. 1 minute to get your votes in for Anastasias Mate. I'm gonna vote for A, because it looks like it's a tough one to pull off. It's A. We're gonna put Anastasias at A. You're our first one on the list. Let's look at Anderson's Mate. Rook supported by a pawn as it checkmates the opposing king along the 8th rank from the corner. I'm casting my vote for C. C rank for Anderson. Arabian Mate is a checkmate pattern that features the unique abilities of a knight with the help of a rook. Wow, okay, yeah, this one's crazy. 3 votes for S rank. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure about S. I'm casting my vote for A. It's tied. We need to have a runoff. 7 for A, 5 for S. Right up there with Anastasias Mate. Anastasias was an AB. Arabian Mate was AS. So we'll put Arabian Mate at the top of the A list. And this one, my nemesis, the checkmate that spoils all of my fun, B for back rank. And B is what wins. The back rank is B. F was right there. Like, if I cast my vote for F, it would have been an F. Blackburn's Mate involves 2 bishops and a knight against a castled king. A fully operational and wonderful bishop pair. Controlling a lot here. I have to do the tiebreaker here, it seems, between B and C. I'm going C. The blind Swine Mate. It demonstrates the power of 2 connected rooks on the 7th rank. Nobody seems to like the blind Swine. He's our very first F rank. Rest in peace, blind Swine. Bowden's Mate demonstrates the power of 2 bishops on open diagonals. A rank. Well earned, Bowden. I think you're better than Anastasias, but not quite as good as the Arabian. Quartermate, as the name suggests, is a checkmate pattern against an enemy king that is trapped in a corner. The actual checkmate is often delivered by a knight. The name's not cool enough. Wanna be Smothered Mate? The F votes are piling up. The poor corner mate, the budget Smothered Mate is getting all sorts of hate. Corner mate, you are our second F. This one's interesting because a lot of you have been already like, oh, hey, yeah, the dovetail. This one's definitely S rank. It's interesting. Yeah, it's just the king and the queen against another king and the queen. Our very first S rank, the dovetail mate. This is a checkmate pattern where a queen and a pawn or a queen and a bishop coordinate their efforts against a castled king. It looks like B is going to be what it is. We have the David and Goliath mate. Let me make sure that I've got this one on my list. Yeah, I think this is the David and Goliath mate is also called the pawn mate. It's characterized by the fact that a humble pawn checkmates the opponent's king. A seems to be the vote. You go into A tier. Epaulette mate resembles the visual appearance of an ornamental shoulder piece, sometimes worn by elite military personnel. S and C are literally tied. It goes way above Anderson's and the Blackburn. So close, yet so far away. Greco's mate occurs when the enemy king is trapped in a corner with the help of a bishop. Good example of how a rook and a bishop can coordinate to deliver checkmate. We're dealing with a B here. The hook mate is a very useful and instructive checkmate pattern that demonstrates optimal coordination between a rook and a knight. It's a tie between S and B. The hook mate requires a runoff poll. How is this higher than the Arabian? I don't know. You guys tell me. You all tell me. I'm going by your votes. The kill box mate occurs when a queen and a rook work together to checkmate the enemy king in a box. It's a runoff poll between C and F for the kill box. The kill box mate is now C ranked. We have Legal's Mate. Our Legal's Mate? Legal's Mate is, probably because it's French, named after the French chess player Cire de Legal. He commonly uses this pattern in his games. It's important to note that the position below is reached after white played knight takes e5, allowing the black bishop to capture white's queen on d1. It's not checkmate yet, but it will be after king to e7. Okay, yeah, he goes to e7, then knight to d5. Oh no, my queen! This one involves like an interesting queen sacrifice. I think that had more S's. I think it's the highest S we've had. Lolly's Mate. It's a common checkmate pattern performed by the cooperation between a queen and a pawn, typically against a castled king. It looks like this is gonna be straight down into the F rank. You see, Max Lang's mate demonstrates great coordination between a queen and a bishop. This one's a solid B. Lots of votes for B. I think it's better than the back rank, though. Morphy's Mate is named after the legendary American chess player Paul Morphy. This seems to be a solid C. Rook D8 is the move that earned the opera mate its name. Paul Morphy played this game while watching an opera show. This is dominantly S tier. I don't think I've seen any other one so far be as S tier as this. Pillsbury Mate occurs when a bishop controls the corner square next to a castled king, whilst a rook delivers the mate. For this to happen, the pawn shield in front of the king must be compromised, and black's rook must still be next to the king. All right, this is solid B. Reddy's Mate is named after a famous game between two chess legends, Richard Reddy and Saveli Tartakower. It's tied between S and F. How is that even possible? How does this happen? S going ahead, though, getting a few late votes. It's S, but like way at the bottom. The Smothered Mate is only possible if the enemy king is completely surrounded by his own pieces. This pattern also features the unique jumping ability of the knight. The Smothered Mate goes right here. The Suffocation Mate is a checkmate pattern with a bishop and a knight. The knight checks the king and the bishop suffocates him with the help of a few enemy pieces that further obstruct the king. So it's sort of like a Smothered Mate. The F's come rolling in. There's so many F's in chat. The Swallow's Tail Mate visually resembles the appearance of a swallow's tail, and it's similar to the Epaulette Mate. The Swallow's Tail Mate is an A. The Triangle Mate, also known as the Fish Tail Mate, resembles the visual appearance of a triangle. It's either a C or an F, with most of the votes going for F. Lots of the votes going for F. Straight to the dumpster. Get out of here. Our final checkmate pattern, and our tier list is complete, is the Vukovich Mate. The Vukovich Mate is named after international master Vladimir Vukovich, who showed this checkmate pattern in his book, The Art of Attack in Chess. But this goes in S tier. Not really as high as the other S tier ones, but I'll put it like above Reddy's. It is now complete. Our tier list is over. The number one checkmate pattern, the Opera Mate, followed very closely by the Smothered Mate, Legal's Mate, then the Dovetail, then the Hook, the Vukovich, and Reddy's Mate are our winners. And our F tiers, Lolly's Mate, Blind Swine Mate, Corner Mate, Suffocation Mate, and the Triangle Mate.